Okay, all right. I don't have any idea what I'm going to talk about, so I'm just going to wing it. Actually, that's not true. I have some ideas. Well, hi, hello, welcome to today's vlog. It is the 4th of December. This is the 4th Vlogmas vlog. They go hand in hand, calendar date, vlog. I'm feeling a lot less stressed than I was yesterday, though yesterday was... All right, I'll let you in. This is kind of what this content is for. So let's talk about it. So yesterday I was all of a sudden very, very stressed out about getting ready for my trip and trying to do all of the stuff I needed to do to get me to a point where I could get in my car, I could drive to Seattle, I'd go to Hawaii. And when I recorded yesterday's vlog, I was feeling pretty good. I was good. I was like ready to do things and get accomplished and be done, and everything was going according to plan. And then I started working on the vlog. I was doing the editing. I was getting ready for Court of Swords. I was trying to get ready for this morning's episode of Hot for Teacher. And I realized that I had missed the beginning of my counseling appointment by like 15 minutes. So I called my counselor and I told them, like, sorry, I just got frazzled. And they said to me, like, okay, that's fine. Like, sorry you couldn't make it in, but you're going to get charged for it anyway, which... that's their policy, 24 hours. It's fine. It makes sense. It was a bummer, but it also introduced a thread of anxiety into the rest of the day that I just couldn't recover from. I had like a little panic attack, which I guess is something we can talk about. This year, I have started having panic attacks. They're not fun. You feel like you're dying. The first time that it happened, and I had no idea that I was going to have one of these. The first time it happened, I thought I had been drugged. Like, I literally thought that somebody had put something in my food, and I was like, kind of felt like I was losing my mind. My heart felt like it was pounding really fast. My pupils were all dilated. But what had happened is that I just started having a panic attack, didn't recognize it, hyperventilated, which physiologically is very bad for you. And it makes your brain do all kinds of weird stuff. So since then, I've had maybe a half dozen, triggered by various things. Usually just I reach a threshold of anxiety. Thankfully, I'm really good at handling them now. My counselor has given me some tools for like breathing through it, recognizing when I'm having a panic attack. So they don't really impact my life in a major way, but that's new for this year, and it fucking sucks. It sucks. So if you're also somebody who suffers from anxiety attacks or panic attacks, holy, I have a newfound understanding of how much that is rough. When it first happened, I ended up having to miss an episode of Jace Bellerin Must Die. I had to message everybody at like 4 a.m. I was like, I'm just getting home from the hospital. I've been dealing with this panic attack thing for like 6 hours. I'm finally okay, but like, obviously I'm not going to make the episode that's on in 5 hours from now. But everybody was so cool about it. Not just the cast, but like random people on the internet reached out to me to say, hey, like I suffered through this too. That really sucks. Here are some tools that maybe help me. So I want to do the same. If you are suffering from anxiety or panic attacks or whatever, you're not alone. I have also gone through it, as have lots of people. My experience has been that when I start to feel panicky, when I'm like, uh-oh, something's going on, controlled breathing, super important. That's what gets me through it. So last night when I felt like I got off the phone with my counselor's office and I was like, shit. I'm losing control. Everything is spiraling out. I'm never going to make it in time. I have too much to do. I start feeling myself getting panicky. I was like, all right, stop. Take a deep breath. Work through it. I managed to. Got everything I needed done. Despite setbacks, despite missing counseling, despite my computer being a weird piece of shit, I was like, it doesn't matter. It's fine. You're going to get through it. And here we are. Look, I got through. I'm on the other side. So all I have to do now is get through this episode of Court of Swords, which I'm actually like really excited about. I got some cool stuff planned. So get through this episode of Court of Swords, do that thing, drive to Seattle, and tomorrow I get to get on a plane and fly to Hawaii. Everything is all squared away. I just need to finish packing. It's going to be okay. I was thinking about travel because it's something I do a lot. I've traveled over the course of like, since I started streaming, I've been able to go to all kinds of places. I've been to Australia. I've been to Poland. I've been to Japan like 3 times since I started streaming. Obviously, like Boston, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, San Diego. I've done tons of traveling in the United States, but I've also been elsewhere. And so I'm getting really used to being on planes. This is a thing that just happens. You get used to it. And man, it's tough because there is a part of me that every time I buy a plane ticket, I think I am twisting the knife slightly in the corpse of the earth. Because, flying in a plane is like a pretty big carbon hit. And, you try to compensate, right? Like I take public transit, even though I own a car, I only really use it to drive out of town. I take public transit a lot. I try to, if there was a light rail that I could take from here to California, oh man, would I ever jump on that? But, as somebody who lives in Canada, I do have to do a lot of flying. I don't have the opportunity to drive to many conventions, and flying it's an environmental impact. It has an impact. So I do feel a little funny about that, a little bit like kind of some consternation, but being a person in the time we are currently living in, there's so much that is one step away from like being like uncomfortably unethical, right? Like there's that whole thing about how difficult it is to consume ethically. And this is just one in a long line of things that it's worth thinking about and trying to make concessions as best you can. But unfortunately, there's no real other way for me to get to a lot of places I need to go than flying. So I got to find other places in my life to kind of offset that stuff. Now, I'm not an environmentalist by any means. It's not something that is a personal crusade for me. But I think if you live in the world that we live in, it's impossible not to think about things like climate change and all that as you go. It's just, it's real. It's a real thing that we need to contest with. But for me, once I'm on that plane, really the only thing to do is to ride it out. And thankfully, I'm one of those people who I can sleep on planes. So a lot of the time, a plane ride shorter than 2 hours, I will get on the plane, put on my headphones, go to sleep, wake up, I'm there. No problem. But on longer flights, usually what I'll do is turn to some miscellaneous things that I bring with me to keep me entertained. A percentage of my baggage is dedicated to making that flight less tedious. So I thought I would share some of the things that I enjoy while I am traveling and that I use to keep sane while I'm on the road. The first and most important thing for me when I'm traveling is a pair of headphones. These headphones, in fact. These are a pair of Sony W something. They have a long, here we go, WH-1000X Mark III. They're noise canceling headphones. I really only ever wear these when I'm on a plane. They have great noise cancellation. The battery is good. I will charge these up before I go, and they will last me the whole time. They come with a cable that I can plug into my Switch, which is the other thing. So I can plug these two together, and it'll noise cancel. I can play Pokemon, which is what I'm probably going to spend a big chunk of my time playing. Maybe I'll finish Blasphemous. So these two together, big help on the flight. These will be on my head pretty much the whole time. But I don't always want to play video games or watch movies. So I will also bring along a book. So I'm going to show you the two books that I'm reading right now. The first book that I'm reading is this guy. It's an older one. It is the Illuminatus trilogy. It's 3 books. It's The Eye in the Pyramid, The Golden Apple, and Leviathan. It is a weird, I think 70s or 80s conspiracy novel book. I bought it for $1 at a used bookstore, and it's super strange and full of all kinds of weird crap. It's sort of sci-fi, but sort of not, and now it feels like a bit like it was written in the past. I don't know, it's great. It's a great book. I've read The Eye in the Pyramid before, but I haven't finished the other two, so I'm bringing this with me. It's a little weighty, but we'll talk about that in a second. The other book that I'm going to bring is a book, it's nonfiction. It's called Condensed Chaos. It is a book about chaos magic, an introduction to chaos magic, which I am not totally certain what that is yet, but I picked it up because I listened to an episode of a podcast I really enjoy called Last Podcast on the Left. They did a 2-part series about chaos magic, and I was like, that sounds really cool. I would like to be a real magician. I would like to learn how to throw fireballs and summon demons. That's not what this is about. It's really, so far, it's really more of like a self-help book, but for nerds. It's like a Pomo absurdist. It pairs very nicely. It pairs very nicely with this bad boy. These two are going very nicely together. So I'm like deeply entrenched in this weird Illuminati conspiracy theory magic hole, and it's great. It's great, but this is a lot of book to lug around. So what I'm actually going to do is, despite the fact that I have these two books, and I buy a lot of books used, I like to read physical books when I'm at home, but if I'm traveling, I'm gonna buy the versions of this that I can read on my e-reader, which is this guy. I've had an Amazon Kindle forever, and while I'm not the hugest fan of the Amazon like book environment, their hardware is quite nice. So I'm going to bring this along, which is a lot thinner and a lot less of a hassle. And honestly, like I said in my last vlog, my plan on this trip is to read as much as possible. So I'd love to be able to get all the way through the Illuminatus trilogy. I'd love to finish Condensed Chaos. There's always more books that I want to read. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a huge pile of books in the corner of my room that I'm always ready to read. So I'm gonna nail out a few of them, and I'm gonna do it on my Kindle because I'm traveling. Hopefully, this will keep me entertained as I travel to Hawaii. So that's usually what I get, occupied with when I'm flying. Sometimes I'll work on planes, but in coach, getting a laptop open in front of you on the it's a nightmare. So probably this time it's just going to be reading, napping, maybe watching a movie. On my way to Japan, when Zeke and I went, which if you haven't seen the VODs for that, if you missed them, you can watch them. There's a collection on my Twitch channel. And then I think Zeke uploaded them to his YouTube channel. So we recorded and streamed much of our trip. So you're interested in that, go check that out. But on the way there, I watched an entire HBO series. I watched Sharp Objects, which is awesome. Massive self-harm trigger warning on that show, but it was really good. And I love that. There's something so luxurious about just being like, I've got nothing to do. I just need to be on this plane. I'm going to watch an entire series. So despite the fact that I'm bringing all this crap with me, I might just end up watching an entire TV show. I'm like much more likely to watch a bad movie or a bad TV show if I'm on a plane. There's a lot of like, I'll watch this. I watched Justice League on a plane. I think there's just something permissive about this is all you get. Go ahead and watch whatever trash you like. So yeah. That's the plan. I'm going to be flying out tomorrow, so you'll get one more vlog from me before I get on a plane. I'm going to record it from Blue Jay's place tomorrow, probably. And this will be the last sort of bedroom vlog for a little while. After that, it's all going to be Hawaii. My Airbnb says they have high-speed internet, but we know better than to trust claims like that, don't we? So we'll see. If the internet is decent, I'll be able to upload a vlog at least overnight. I'll let you know on Twitter kind of what that's like. I'm going to go. I'm going to eat some food. I am going to finish packing so that my room is not a total nightmare anymore. I'm going to finish packing. I'm going to do an episode of Court of Swords, and then I'm going to make that 2.5 hour, 3 hour drive to Seattle. And then I'm going on vacation, baby. Woo! Ooh, I'm excited. Thanks for watching, everybody, and for supporting me throughout Vlogmas. It's great. It's really cool. Your comments have been really nice. Keep them coming. And in the future, we're going to be doing some videos about the trip to Hawaii. I'm going to talk about photography. I've got a new camera I want to show you. Maybe I'll go on a little photo walk. I'm trying to figure out a way that I might be able to attach my GoPro to my camera. Anyway, whatever. Keep an eye out for more vlogs. I'm going to try to do some more experimental ones as we go. But for today, December the 4th, here in my bedroom, I will bid you a fond adieu, and we will see you tomorrow from Seattle. Bye, everybody.